Leadership Attitude: How Mindset and Action Can Change Your World. Written and narrated by Sonia McDonald. Recorded and produced by Brisbane Audiobook Production. Dedication. To my darling daughter, Abby, I'm so proud. I love you with all my heart. To my parents, I am forever grateful for you always being there and love you both dearly. Introduction. I choose my attitude. I choose a leadership attitude. I googled leadership today as I write this in December 2015 and found 634 million results. I actually needed to take a deep breath. Breath taken. Now let's talk about leadership. Have we made leadership bigger than it is? Yes, I think so. Look at those results. So why am I writing a book? There is a story here. Can you sense it? I call myself the accidental entrepreneur, as well as a semi-expert in leadership. Why accidental? Well, looking back on my life, I never expected to be where I am now. But I'm exactly where I need to be, an entrepreneur. I remember being maybe 5 years old and I had just started grade 1. I was waiting at the gate for my very patient mother to pick me up from school, and I saw a group of children getting onto the bus. I thought to myself, I wonder where they are going, and it looked like fun, so I walked over and got on the bus as well. I could see my mother running down the pathway looking for me as I waved out the window. She didn't see me, but I thought she would find me eventually. I stayed on the bus until it reached the end of its journey, and the bus driver said, "Where are you supposed to get off?" I replied, "Nowhere. I came for the ride." I didn't realize it then, but this was the start of me finding out that I was pretty fearless and adventurous, and a pain in the butt. It's my first memory of being a real brat or starting on my path to being an entrepreneur. I now lead a growing leadership consulting business, and you could call me a CEO, a managing director, business owner, or founder. They are all great titles. I would call myself a leader, and a semi-expert at that. Why? The leader title will be explained in this book. The semi-expert is because I never wanted to stop learning about leadership and myself. I feel if I call myself an expert, my brain will say, "That's it, you don't need to know anymore." I'm essentially writing this book for my younger self. What would you say to yourself if you could go back in time? Party more or party less? Listen to your parents, study harder at school. Mine would be to learn leadership and start now. My leadership journey started over a decade ago. At least the part I'm aware of did. If I look back at school, university, or early on in my career, I'm sure I could think of examples where I was a leader and entrepreneur. And by the way, we all can. However, a decade ago, I had a very unexpected start to my focus on leadership. I've always loved people, and I knew since I was young that I wanted to work with people. I also loved to write since I was little, hence my passion for writing blogs, articles, our magazine, and now this book. My degree and background are in human resources with some senior and not so senior roles across the globe. In my early 30s, I decided to put my career on hold and have a baby and focus on my husband's career. We moved to Shanghai, China, when Abby, our daughter, was about 18 months old. Truly, I thought moving to China and being an expat wife would be a lot of fun and easy. It was the opposite. It was hard living in a foreign country, and I got bored. I landed a great part-time role for a global search firm. I loved it. Then my world fell apart. It was completely unexpected and devastating. It was here I learned about true resilience. I finally moved back to Australia as a single parent and had no idea what to do. I tried staying with the company I worked for, as they were incredibly supportive, but the travel and role
Sample complete. Ready to continue?